Guys, today I want to talk about something that might be a little bit controversial. Like, people will have different opinions. You can see here that I have a print I was doing, and if you look closely, it really looks like this is an extrusion problem where the nozzle is clogged. And I would typically agree with that. I mean, look at the edges, it's horrible. But would you be surprised if I told you this was not a clogged nozzle? When I loaded the filament for the first time for this print, I heard like a tick 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 sound from the extruder, and I thought, okay, that is typical when the nozzle is clogged and it cannot push the filament through it. So what I did was I did a few cold pulls, but the flow through the nozzle was perfect. And then I restarted the print. I thought the cold pulls had fixed it, and it started again. The extruder, the same thing. Tick 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 tick. Eventually, it started printing, and this is the result. So, I am actually going to tell you that it's not always a clogged nozzle that's your problem. It could actually be your extruder having been used for a long time without actually having had some maintenance done to it. So, without further ado, I'm going to show you the gear. This is the main gear of the extruder I used. You can see it looks okay. I can tell that it's starting to get a little bit worn down, but that's not a problem for this one. Now, the problem is the arm. The arm looks totally different. It looked like it had a whole filament roll for breakfast. Let's see if I can get it into focus. So what happens is when all the teeth get filled with the filament here, like here especially, see if I can zoom in, like here especially, what happens is that it will basically start to skip when it's trying to push the filament into the extruder. And it's kind of small, so the best way to fix this is actually to just use some IPA and a toothbrush. So we have IPA, isopropanol alcohol, if you don't understand. And then you just dunk it in IPA like this, and then you just scrub it until all the filament, you can hold it in place, you just rotate it gently, keep filling some EPA. You can't tell from the video, but filament pieces are flying. And this is actually the easiest way to clean it, because you don't use a needle or anything like that. It can actually damage the gear. So just use a toothbrush like this and IPA, and sometimes it breaks. Oh, I can tell from looking at this that it's actually starting to get kind of worn down. Don't know if you can see. When the teeth start to get flatter, it will skip anyway. The reason I use a toothbrush is because each straw is actually big enough to get into between the teeth and pull out filaments. So the motion is down and sideways. So my advice is that if you think it's a clog and opening or unclogging doesn't help, then it could actually be the extruder gears themselves that are either singing on their last verse or basically just full of gunk. That looks a lot better, so let's take a closer look at that now. Put it into focus. Looks like it's still a bit inside there. Do not oil and grease these. It's not supposed to be oiled and greased. There. While you're at it, just give your extruder a nice blowout. Maybe there is something stuck there that could go into the wheels. So I'm using this. It's not my favorite because it gets so warm. This is the Panda extruder. I don't really like it because it gets really warm. I forgot I cannot tighten it completely. I need to have the other cog wheel in place as well. That didn't look so bad, so I don't need to clean that. Now, I don't like this extruder because it is a nightmare when it comes to heat creep. It gets a lot warmer than the stock extruder from Bamboo. Yes, it has a little bit more air for cooling, but I mean, what does it help if it lets air through it if the extruder itself can reach a degree of maybe 80 to 90 to maybe 100 degrees. I think the highest I ever measured it was like 120 degrees on the extruder itself. That's just insane. So So yeah, don't prefer it, but I print with the cabinet open for the most part, so yeah, it's okay. But that's it. Now this extruder should no longer do any skipping, and it should be ready to work a little bit more. So yeah, if you have tried to do cold pulls and it didn't help, and your nozzle is open, try to check your extruder. It could basically be you need to clean the gears, or maybe you have to buy new ones because they are so worn down. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.